What's up, y'all? It's your girl Zaria Shante, period, and we're back with another video. Before we hop into this video, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, give this video a share, and make sure y'all turn on my post notifications so y'all can be notified every time your girl drops a video. Y'all, so today we about to get right into it because I've been thinking a lot lately, and it's like, are you lonely or are you scared of being alone? Because I feel like those are two completely different things, and people often confuse the two. I used to think that I was scared of being alone until I realized that I am not scared of being alone at all whatsoever. I was just afraid of building the routine that I made around somebody else. Because here's the thing, if you know me, you know I've always been somebody who genuinely enjoys my own company. But in my last relationship, I feel like I gave my weekends to somebody else. And the thing is, I'd get overstimulated, I'd need quiet, I'd need space. Like, I genuinely would just want to be by myself. But then after that relationship ended, it's like all of a sudden now the weekends feel very empty. And then that's when I realized that there's a huge difference between being alone and feeling lonely or being lonely. So I think that the first thing that we have to realize is that being alone and being lonely are not the same thing, because people use those words as if they mean the same thing, but they really don't. Being alone is a circumstance. Being lonely is a feeling. You can be sitting in a room completely by yourself and be the happiest that you've ever felt. And you can also be surrounded by people every single day and feel completely alone. For me, I've always been the type of person who genuinely enjoys my own company. And I will literally tell people, friends, family, relationship, whatever the case may be, that I just need to be by myself today. And it's not because I was mad at them. It's not because I didn't love them. It's simply because I get overstimulated so easily and I just want to be alone. Like, after working all day, talking to people all day, hearing noise all day, sometimes the main thing that I want is just silence. I just want to come home, sit in my room, watch YouTube, clean my apartment, read my Bible, edit videos, work on music, or honestly just exist without having to entertain anybody. And I feel like that's why I appreciate certain friendships so much, because you know, when you have those friends who you can just literally go over to their house or they come over to your house and you sit there and you do absolutely nothing together. Y'all don't even talk. Y'all don't say not one word. Y'all just sit there in each other's company and don't say nothing. Now, those type of relationships, I enjoy those because I'm not getting overstimulated. You still here. We still vibing in our own little worlds. It's perfect. That's always been who I am. But when things end, or when things come to a stop, or when routines change, sometimes that space can then feel empty, because where you had a routine going, it's now like something is missing. And I feel like for me personally, it then starts to confuse me, because I'm the person who genuinely likes to be alone. But in moments when a routine is disrupted or a routine ends, where there was somebody placed there, where all of a sudden I'm seeing this person every single week, same day, same time, you know, all of a sudden it's like it stops, and then it's like now I'm lonely. Like, I actually feel lonely. And in times like that, it's like I often think, like, this doesn't even make any sense. I'm the person who likes to be alone, so why suddenly do I feel lonely? But one day it actually clicked. I wasn't missing being alone. I was missing the routine. Because when somebody's presence becomes a part of the weekly rhythm, and then that just ups and disappears, sometimes your brain can misinterpret that emptiness as missing somebody. But when you sit back and really take a look at it, a lot of the times you are not grieving the person, grieving the routine. You're grieving the familiarity. I feel like for a long time I was grieving a routine that I had gotten used to. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people confuse when rhythms change, when routines change. But there was a point in my life where I realized that even though I enjoy being alone, I had become used to certain routines involving other people. And when those routines changed, I caught myself confusing that adjustment with loneliness. And that's really what made me start to think about this whole topic. I don't think that most people are afraid to be alone. I honestly think that they're afraid of meeting themselves. Because when you remove the distraction, the constant notification, the relationships, the friendships, the group chats, the plans every weekend, eventually it's just you. And a lot of people do not know what to do with that. Think about it. How many people refuse to go out to eat at a restaurant because they have nobody to go with them? Or won't go to the concert because they don't have anybody to invite? Or won't go to the movies alone? Or won't travel alone because nobody else is available? Why? If that's something that you genuinely want to do, why are you waiting for somebody else to free up time to go and enjoy something that you want to do? You should not have to wait on anybody else's availability to go and enjoy your own life. Because there was a point in time where I used to think that doing things alone, people would notice you and be like, oh, she's over there alone, she's lonely. But I've come to realize that most people are too busy thinking about themselves that they won't even notice you. And even if they did notice, so what? Some of my favorite memories have happened because I went out and did things alone and did not wait for people to come and enjoy my life with me. I believe that learning to enjoy your life is one of the greatest forms of freedom, because when when you genuinely enjoy being with yourself, you stop settling for people just because you're afraid of the silence. You stop forcing friendships that don't align. You stop entertaining relationships that are not healthy. You stop saying yes just because you do not want to spend another Friday night alone. And instead, you actually start asking yourself, what is it that I actually want to do? And I feel like that's such a powerful question, because there's years so many of us have spent asking other people what it is that they want to do and have not asked ourselves, what do we want to do? We ask them, what restaurant do they want to go to? What movie do they want to see? What trip do they want to take? What life do they want to live? But when you're alone, you're finally forced to answer that question for yourself. Who am I? What do I enjoy? What kind of life is it that I am trying to build for myself? And I also think this is why seasons of isolation can be so important. People are always trying to escape them. They're trying to fill every quiet moment with another person. But maybe, just maybe, that quiet season is not meant to be filled. Maybe it's meant to teach you something. I know for me, I've learned way more about myself in moments where I had nobody to distract me than in moments where I did. Because when you're by yourself, you start to notice things. You notice what actually makes you happy. You notice what drains you. You notice the dreams that you've been putting off. You notice the habits that you want to change. You notice the version of yourself that you have been avoiding. And that is uncomfortable, but it's also where the growth happens. I genuinely believe that you have to know yourself before you can invite anybody else into your life. Because if you don't know who you are, it's very easy to lose yourself. You start becoming whoever it is that the people around you need you to be, instead of becoming the person that God has created you to be. So if you're in a season where you're spending so much time alone, I genuinely want you to not rush it. Do not rush it. Don't immediately try to fill every empty space. You should use it. Learn yourself. Take yourself out. Try new hobbies. Go to a new coffee shop. Walk around a bookstore. Go to that event that you've been wanting to go to. Build a life that you actually enjoy living by yourself. Because if other people come, that's just a plus. And one day when the right people come into your life, they won't be your entire life. They will simply just be adding to the life that you've already learned to love. And I think that's how life is supposed to go. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Give this video a share, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.